Top 10 cool ways radiation comes in handy. We already know that radioactive elements can be used to make electricity, treat cancer, and create bombs with massive destructive power. But radiation also has many other uses in our everyday life. Number 10. Sterilize food. Yep, food, meats, shellfish, vegetables, and even spices have all been approved by the FDA for irradiation. Exposing food to radiation kills any bacteria or organisms that may cause nasty illness. The process also kills any bugs that may be living on fruits shipping from tropical locales. Anyone who has read about the Brazilian wandering spider knows this is a very good thing. Number 9. Treat pain. In the medical world, radiation can be used to treat patients with severe pain resulting from late-stage cancer. This procedure is also called palliative radiation therapy, and it can really transform the quality of life for cancer patients. Number 8. Test wells for cracks. Picture this. We're standing on the observation deck of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, admiring the beautiful view of Dubai. Beneath us is almost 55,000 tons of steel, rebar, and 110,000 tons of concrete. This is the time we should be really thankful for radiographers. They are the ones that test wells for cracks, irregularities, or weak spots. Number 7. Track substances in the body. If you have ever had a heart attack, you may be familiar with this one. This nifty application allows scientists to attach a radioactive tracer to a substance and use the radioactivity coming from the tracer to follow the path of the substance. This is used a lot as a diagnostic test to determine heart health. Number 6. Carbon dating. Now, this is one you have probably heard of. In case you haven't, carbon dating is a method of using radioactivity to determine the approximate age of an artifact, as long as that artifact was once alive. For example, bone, wood, fabrics can all be dated. Metal, stone, not so much. This is because carbon dating requires that the object contain a little carbon. Plants get it by absorbing carbon dioxide. Animals get it by eating the plants. When the animal or plant dies, it stops taking in new carbon-14 and the radioactive element slowly decays away with half-life of 5,700 years. Number 5. Smoke detectors and exit signs. When we accidentally burn our morning eggs, radiation comes to the rescue in the form of a smoke detector. The vast majority of homes have ionizing smoke detectors in them. These detectors have teeny tiny amounts of radioactive material and electrically charged metal plates. The radiation ionizes the air, creating an electrical current between the plates. When the smoke from the eggs enters the chambers, the smoke particles disrupt the current, causing the detector to alarm and giving us plenty of time to put out the egg fire. Number 4. Genetically mutate plants. As we all learned from Spider-Man, the radiation exposure can cause DNA mutations. In humans, this can lead to not so good stuff like cancer. But doing the same thing to plants can result in some pretty useful changes to plant DNA that can improve taste, yield, and even resistance to disease. Number 3. Ice cream quality control. Did you ever wonder how every tub on Ben & Jerry's is perfectly creamy and delicious every single time you eat the whole tub while watching Netflix in your PJs? The answer lies in radioisotope density gauges. A radioactive source is directed at the product. The material reflects some of the radiation back to the source, where a sensor records it. The ratio of the source that is reflected back versus passes through can be used to calculate the density. Any carton that doesn't make the cut isn't shipped to stores. I think a lot of us would heroically volunteer to help out with the super sweets. Number 2. Blue topaz. Blue topazes occur naturally, but most are artificially made by exposing more common varieties of topaz to radiation. The radiation changes the structure of the stone, knocking the atoms around and causing the gem to change color. Number 1. Check food for metal. Have you ever bitten into a hot dog and gotten a mouthful of bone? No? Well, you may have food X-ray scanners to thank. Many manufacturers have started requiring that their food go through specialized X-ray machines that can check for metal shards, bones, rocks, and any other items that we generally don't want in our pizza or ice cream. The scanners use sophisticated software that does the hard work of detecting any foreign objects. And yes, absolutely no human necessity to get this job done.